Okay, cool. Hello and welcome everybody to the qualifying session of the ADS League F1 22 final race. We've got 1 minute 35 seconds left on the clock.
We're excited to see what's going to happen tonight. We've got our eyes set on some of the races. I've definitely got my eyes set on trying to remember the names of the corners. I'll leave the naming up to the pros next to me. But yes, we're very excited to see what's going to happen tonight.
There we go, there we go. There we go, there we go. Okay, sorry, got sidelined there. Yes, so this is the famous British track Silverstone, which consists eight out of eight that Afrikaans kicking out there. The Cops Corner, famously known for the Max Verstappen Lewis Hamilton incident, where Max went into a barrier at least 230 kph.
Oh wow.
That's yeah, it was nasty. It was
That's
gruesome.
almost as fast as my life spiraling out of
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. That went there. Um, no judgment. No judgment. But yes, look, it's a beautiful track. It's going to be a beautiful race. So we've got some favorites out there. We all know who's going to be our F1 22 champion, which is going to be Elf. But anything can happen in the race. I've got my hopes up for a certain driver. I'm not going to be biased to anybody, but I do believe he's going to be in a certain team driving a certain car on certain wheels.
Wow, as specific as that is, Ace, I've definitely got my eyes set on the McLaren team for the Manufacturers Cup. I think it's the manufacturers. The McLaren did really well throughout the season. We had Dr. Fail and Faster Clucky driving for McLaren this season. And another driver, Ace, that I would really like to keep my eye on in this race is Wasabi Baby. She started a bit late in the season, but went up from last up until at the moment she's on fifth.
Qualified fifth
Yeah,
place,
qualified
yes.
fifth with a time of 1 minute and 33, which is very good.
Mm, yeah, which is pretty damn good for a newcomer. Alf, our veteran there, qualifying in third place. Sasko taking pole position at 1 minute 30 seconds, 189. And then Elf following suit in 1 minute 30 seconds, 2080. But there's still a lap remaining there for Dr. Fail. Hopefully he can pull one through. It looks like he's bringing her home.
Yeah, a bit
Going through maggots and beggars right there.
a bit earlier in the stream we had Old
Oh no.
Scratch unfortunately collide with a barrier
Ah.
there. But I'm 100% sure that comes the race he will definitely pull up from that and go out into the race with a new bang and new energy.
Look, if I can put it out there, old scratch. It's one driver I did not expect to do anything in particular, but definitely brought it back home. Scoring points there for Alfa Romero.
It's
Brilliantly done.
It's definitely
I'll
fantastic,
give it
Ace.
to
It's
him.
definitely fantastic.
There we go, fantastic.
Another one that I would like to see what's happening tonight is the Recreant. I've also been keeping an eye throughout the season, having a look at some of the tricks he pulls off. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do.
Well, I hopefully scored top 10, scoring some points.
Well, hopefully everybody scores some points tonight. Like as you said earlier, you might not be biased, but I definitely am.
Yeah, there we go, there we go. I did not know you're a Mercedes fan. Although, right there, so we've got our qualifying results. It's going to be Sasko in first place, taking 1 minute 30 seconds, 189. In second place is Dr. Fail, following in a 900th of a second. And then our Mr. Elf taking in at a 800th of a second.
Yes, and then just to round off the top five there, in fourth place we had Faster Clucky, and in fifth Wasabi Baby.
There we go, there we go. It's going to be a tight race. I do hope there our McLarens pull through, but we are not naming teams.
Definitely not, Ace. Definitely not. We are naming corners. I have the name
There we
list
go.
open in front of me. Please, no judgment.
Yeah, well, we're gonna start off with the Sir Lewis Hamilton straight.
Definitely. Let's see what the Mercedes pulls off on the straight. What do you say?
Oh, bring some pride to Sir Lewis Hamilton,
It's
shall
also
we?
interesting to me that we're ending the season off on the British track, as all of our races are from South Africa and the league is South African. I was maybe wondering if we sometime can throw a Kyalami in there.
Well, not in Formula One per take, but hopefully down the line we will see a Kyle Army.
Is this maybe a bit of foreshadowing for an upcoming season, Ace?
Yeah, well, most likely 2026 can be a thing. 2027, we don't know. Las Vegas turned a few heads, so hopefully. But we've said on the weekend when Kyalami is live, unfortunately, no ADS League will take place in that weekend, uh, purely due to me being at the track.
I will be up right up there with you.
Yeah, I see here Unicorn Princess asked, are we going to crash? No, we're not going to crash,
I cannot make any
unfortunately.
promises for myself. I usually crash and burn in stressful situations like these, but hopefully none of our races crash and burn the same way that I do.
Oh, well done. Oh, well done. That's your
I said
okay.
hopefully.
Huh, fair enough, fair enough. I, I do note that the loading screen is pretty long.
Imagine, vote to kick the commentator.
Vote to kick the host. Vote to kick the host. Let me just quickly see if everything is back on track there. Just give me two
No
seconds.
problem. While we are waiting for Ace just to follow up with if everything is still good, if the loading is still in there, I would just like to share with you. Oh, Ace, I do see that the race is starting in 25 seconds. So I have 25 seconds to quickly
Oh
share
well,
this
okay,
with you
never
all.
mind.
So far, I've determined that turn one is called Abbey, turn two is called Farm, turn three is called Village, turn
Village,
four
yes.
is called the Loop, and turn
The loop.
five is called Tree. So, yay, points for me.
Archery. And then back down the Wellington Straight into Brooklyn,
Luffield, Woodcott,
Woodcote, and then
National
the
Straight.
National Straight into Cobb's Corner.
Okay, folks,
There
we
we
have our
go.
pull
We've got our
away.
start of the race. There we go. And they're off. With Max Verstappen as a bot in the lead. Oh, there's a spin out by
Oh my
Fast and Clucky.
goodness, what happened there?
Oh no.
Okay,
Oh
and I see
well. Okay,
faster clocky drop down.
I think we've got lag there. There we go. Charles Leclerc taking in fourth place. Alf taking in third. Sasko in second. 1.5 second
Yeah, we
down.
have Dr. Fail up in fifth. And then we have Faster Clucky who dropped down to eighth, but I know that he will be recovering quite well.
There we go. And then, of course, a predicted strategy if you're running soft straight down the bat. Unfortunately, we couldn't see it. They could have gone pits on lap 8 and lap 11. But now, what I do note here is this Alpha Tauri is running medium. So they're running the medium softs, which is going to be called the reverse
And
strategy.
we have Sasko trying to overtake on Max Verstappen.
And Sasko is clearly taking the Max Verstappen, and that's a clean pass on the outside line. Let's see if he keeps it.
We
He lost it down onto. No, he clearly lost it down onto
Yeah, we also
No, wait.
have Alf down in third, backing up Sasko here in second. Let's just have a look because they are quite close.
There we go. There we go.
And then we also have Dr. Fail right there on Alf's behind.
And Dr. Fell also pushing his heart out in order to score points there. I do believe that Dr. Fell. Oh, and he took the pass. Alf and Fail. Oh,
Oh!
there's a collision with Sasko taking out. Oh no. Dr. Fell taking second place. Charles Leclerc taking third. What happened to our Alf?
Alf dropping down to 17th. There was
10-second penalty for Alf.
exceeding track limits.
Hamilton taking
Ace, I
5-second
don't know
penalty
how
right
it would
there.
have been possible not to exceed track limits when you're in a collision like that.
Yeah, no, to swerve for any traffic like that, it's quite dangerous. Oh, Cops corner, and beautiful recovery there from Foster Clucky, just keeping it on the outside line, which could have been beautiful.
He does seem to be gaining some time.
Oh, and cutting some, you know,
I
mowing
thought
some
maybe
lawn.
I should stop speaking. It seems that Sasko overtook Faster
Sas-
Clucky there on the inside line. Faster Clucky overtaking again.
Oh, Faster Clucky definitely not having any grip on those tires. He's definitely suffering through that undercut. And then, of course, Sasko capitalizing and pushing through onto Sergio Perez. I would say it's definitely a very, very close battle on the front line. We did not expect by any circumstance Alf dropping down completely. And then Sasko also having his dead stop. That is quite impressive. And Sasko taking a move on Sergio Perez.
Yeah,
He's going to make it stick. It's going to make it stick. It's on the Wellington Straight. There we go.
very
On the
late
outside
braking
line
there.
through.
But he almost
He
just
keeps it
pulled
in.
it off.
He keeps it in.
Wonderful driving.
There we go. On through, onto Charles Leclerc. He's going on to the national straight through to Cobb's corner. If he can stick it on the outside line. Oh, and he does not. Push it through on the inside line through Cobb's corner. Now maggots and bigots.
Sasko is fighting a very, very hard battle here, getting back up to the pole positions. Ace, I would just like to point out that in our fight here, to get Sasko back up there, Dr. Fail
Dr.
did take
Fail.
first position.
He overtook Max Verstappen, which is pretty impressive. Well done there, Dr. Fail.
Yes, definitely.
So, just to give you guys an idea, the bots are not set as quite simple, basic, idiotic bots. We tend to run them on an intermediate to hard difficulty in order to give our drivers a fighting chance. So for those drivers not in the competition, they can definitely score some points for their team through the bots.
That's 100% correct. I would also like to point out that these bots are hard as shit.
I might disagree, but once again, it all just depends on, you know, the skill of the driver.
100% definitely dependent on the skill of the driver. Um, for a lot of newbies in the season, and we do like to pride ourselves on our season being newbie friendly. It was quite an adjustment getting used to driving against bots that actually does something on the track.
Oh yes, most certainly.
We have Alf here who fought back up from 17th pole up to 11th at the current
11th,
moment.
yes, he's fighting back all the way through. However, Alf still needs to pit for those lovely, gentle, soft tires, which can definitely improve his lap times.
Putting a lot of pressure here on Old Scratch, coming up from behind. Old Scratch definitely feeling it a bit, but holding out very, very nicely.
Old Scratch definitely taking the inside line, I do see here, and definitely taking the defensive line on the Mr. Elf. but it's all said and done when the better line comes through. But I do believe Old Scratch here can keep him off. He can hold him off at least for 1 or 2 laps more. He just needs to
Definitely.
believe.
Then we have Faster Clucky and Hannibal who both decided to pit on lap 5. Ace, is
Early
that
pits.
is that an early pit? How do you
It's
project this strat?
it's definitely an early pit. So it all depends on what compound they're going to put up next. So if they do put up a hard compound tire, they can run it through till the end. However, it's lap 5 to see those mediums die down early. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, no, the mediums might
We
just
have
work.
Alf.
They can run to the
Yeah,
end.
we have Alf here on Old
Old
Scratch.
Scratch's tail,
Definitely
yes.
trying to do the overtake on the inside line a couple of times. Let's see if he can pull it off.
The defensive line on Old Scratch here is very, very, very good. I might say, okay,
Alf,
there we
I
go.
think
He
the
opens up the
DRS
window.
kicked in.
He opened up the window. Alf capitalizes and he takes it through. However, I do believe it was a good battle between 2 drivers,
Old Scratch
which
held
is
out
pretty
very,
much
very
set
nicely
through.
there.
There we go, and Alf taking through on the pauses. However, the bots are pitting now one by one, which will rearrange the set list of the track. I do believe it's going to be a good one going forward. Let's see where the undercut takes place. I do know, like you said, it's going to be Hannibal and Fuster who went for the undercut.
Definitely, yes.
Let's see if it does work out for
We
them.
also have Wasabi Baby, the Recreant, and Old Scratch, all 3 pitting on lap 6, which is really interesting. I would like to see what compound tires they are pitting for.
I might just add, it's going to be the medium compound if they did start soft. It might just work out for them. However, it does differentiate if the lap time on the medium compound does pick up. Because if it doesn't pick up, there's no point of the undercut.
That's a very good point that you're making, Ace, and I do believe that earlier in the season you did pull off the same strat there, pulling a podium with that strat. So I think that it's important to remember that it depends on how you are playing it out, how you're driving on your compounds.
Of course, yes. And then we've got a fastest lap there from Dr. Fail, 1 minute 33.4, which was pretty set down, left out there, and dried to rot. I must say, yes, the undercut strategy is one powerful strategy, but you need to know if you go into the pits, you need to push your heart out. If you come out of the pits, you need to push your heart out. There's no in between. You need to focus like no score before.
Yeah, I definitely hear you on that one. We have Sasko here in second place. I see he is making up a little bit of time. Um, let's see how he's pulling up to Dr. Fail.
There we go. He's going to be on the medium compound tires. You know, going through maggots and maggots. Lovely piece of course right there. And of course, in the distance, you do see there Dr. Fail trying to push it out. However, it's going to be one hard part of the
I'm
track.
quickly jumping back to Alf here in 4th position on the behind of Sergio Perez.
On Checo. There we go. Good clean pass on the outside line. Keeping her clean. Taking her through.
Beautiful pass there by Alf.
Send her to the roses. Clean take. And Sasko went in
Alf
through
is
the pits.
definitely treating this British track like he's queen tonight.
Oh, definitely. He's going to be the queen bee of the track tonight. However, there is no point in him winning. It has already been declared that he would be the
Oh, some
F121 or
lockup on the tires
F122
there.
league. Oh wow, yes, that was nasty. He is the F122 ADS League champion. So there's no need for him to push any further except for scoring points for AlphaTauri, which does not need
But
it.
it definitely shows a love for racing, Ace, and pride in what he does. That even though he knows that it is set in stone at this point in time, he still
He
strives to give
wants,
the perfect race.
yes, he wants to beat the best. He competes for the fact of competing, which makes it commendable at
And
the
I
end.
love that. We've seen a lot of that from Alpha Tauri this season. We've seen a lot of that come from both Alf, Sasko. We've actually seen a lot of that coming from all the drivers this season. Our veterans, our newbies. There was a
Yeah,
lot of love and a lot of passion and a lot of dedication put into this season.
uh, look, even for the same fact that the Faster Clucky and Fail in the McLarens,
Mm.
they've pushed through so hard. And then, of
What's
course,
all
Williams, who came out of nowhere and
Yeah, and
just made a
also
mark
joined
for
in late in the
themselves.
season. But what also is very interesting for me is that our McLaren team has never driven together before. This season, it's the first time that we have Dr. Fail and Faster Clucky driving in a team together and competing as a manufacturer's team, yes.
As a whole, yes. And look where it got us. It's amazing. Look, definitely, I would say it would be AlphaTauri, Mercedes, McLaren, and then I would say my third position would have gone to Alpine, but
You can't be
unfortunately,
biased.
due to some circumstances, Alpine did not make the top cut. However, the Williams team did pull it through. I would also say the Alfa Romeo team pulled it through, and they pulled it
Mm.
through quite properly.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of passion and a lot of dedication put in. I quickly jumped back here to Old Scratch. He's fighting his heart out tonight. Um, he
He's
already
going for it.
he already pulled back up to ninth position. We're seeing a lot of that this evening. We have Dr. Fail on Alf's behind is 0.13 and he's taking it
The
definitely.
soft compound tire just beats the medium compound tire so hard. It all just depends on what he's going to do with it. Is he going to push hard, or
And Doc
is
And
he going
Dr.
to stay
Fail
behind?
definitely makes these compounds look extremely good tonight.
Oh, yes, most definitely. We've got a fastest lap there from Sasko. It's going to be a 1:31.911, which is one powerful of a lap on Silverstone, definitely. And that's going to be one tough one to beat there from Dr. Fail. Although he is pushing his heart out just to get that victory. That one win he wants, that one validation of taking the podium, taking the top step, and winning
What's
it.
also an interesting strat for me this evening is Alf pitting on lap 10 out of 13. Do you think maybe there's an idea to fight back after pitting on such a late lap? Is he going to pit for softs? Ace, maybe you can give us your idea of maybe the
There's
strat that was discussed between the Alpha Tauris.
there's definitely a chance there for the soft compound to run through, but now if you're going to pit late from medium to softs, you can push those softs to the
Mm,
max.
mm.
Look, if you're driving your standard set course, your tires are going to wear out, and with that, you're going to lose some lap time. So why not lose a lot of time on the medium compound, and then push everything you have on the
And if we have
softs?
one racer who we know will definitely be able to pull that off, that is Alf.
Oh, it's going to be
I'm
Elf.
interesting to see because lap 10 out of 13, in my opinion, but I am also a newbie in this game, is a very late lap, and you need to have a lot of confidence in yourself as well as your abilities and your car to be able to comfortably pit on lap 11 and still make it back in time to get one of the pole positions.
But also, most definitely, you can see actually by the live timing sheet there that Alf's pulling it on a 1.2, a 1.1, but now dropping it
Yeah, very
extremely.
fast.
That's definitely the work of the soft compound
Yeah, we
tires.
also have Wasabi Baby here. She's definitely racing her heart out this evening. I also just want to circle back to Wasabi Baby, in the sense that it's not very often that you do see a
A,
woman,
a
yeah,
female
a female
racer, yeah.
racer, especially performing the way that she did this season. She came in later in the season, missed a couple of the first races. So for her to be able to, I think, qualify in a fifth position, regardless of what happens in the race itself, says a lot about the dedication and the heart that she puts into her passion and into her driving. And we do see a lot of that in the improvements that she has made this season, as well as how she competes with the passion and the love and just the positivity that you don't usually see from someone so new in the game.
No, most definitely. But look, Wasabi turned a lot of heads when she got into the league. Nobody expected her to do
Yeah,
any
to do as well
kind
as
of
she
points,
did.
and she scored. She scored
I would
properly
definitely say she's someone to keep our eyes on for the new season.
for the F1 23 league.
Definitely.
Most definitely, she's going to be a direct competitor for the
And I
rest of
think
the
she can be a
races.
very dangerous competitor as well. The amount of dedication that she puts into her game and into her passion definitely makes her someone to be reckoned with. We've got Hannibal also here. His fighting is very close to Alf. Mick,
Through to
yeah,
Mick
Mick
Schumacher.
Schumacher came a little bit in between the fight that I was hoping that we would see now. But we do have Hannibal ready to fight back.
Pushing
Yeah,
it.
pushing it.
He's definitely pushing it. You can also see the Elf in the distance, also fighting it through with Lewis Hamilton, but clearly beating Hamilton through on the Williams
Yeah.
straight. No, not Williams.
It's either
Wellington.
it's
Wellington
either the
straight. There
Hamilton
we go.
Straight, the Wellington Straight, the National Straight, or the
Wellington
Hanger
straight.
Straight. So I've got a 1 in 4 chance of getting this one right. Ace, I do want to circle back to what I said previously. We do have Alf here already pulling about 5 positions in one lap, bringing me back to that confidence of someone knowing that he did quite well this season.
Yeah, no, most definitely. And also, we've got here Sasko, who's leading the race, who's definitely taking it through, and he's taking it home.
He's
Right
gonna
here,
take it home.
through onto the Hamilton. Well, no, this is Cobb's corner. Well, no, it is.
It's one of
No,
the
wait, wow.
corners. And then we have
Yes.
Sasko is going around. He's definitely going to take this checkered flag this evening.
However, we've got a Dr. Fail on his rear side. So let's see how Sasko handles with the pressure.
Dr. Fail is pushing tonight, Ace. He definitely wants a pole position. He's excited to grab podium today.
We've got a little backslide there from Dr. Fail. And no, most definitely, he's pushing it. But we're going to see a McLaren 2-3, a McLaren podium in this season.
I definitely think that McLaren was the team to watch this season. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. We have Sasko going
There
through
we go.
the checkered
Sasko
flag.
winning the race.
Fail
Dr. Fail
right
being
on his
second.
behind. We have Faster Clucky who's about
We've
to pull his checkered flag in third position this evening.
Well, he does have a penalty though. Let's just see how it ends up. Well, 18 seconds above the penalty line, I do believe he would not fall under. But no, definitely checkered flag, pulling it through. We've got Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez, Charles Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, and then our lovely homeboy, Old Scratch, pulling her through
What a
here
fight
in
Old
8th
Scratch had this
place.
evening. Ace in qualifying, he had a little bit of a collision there with a barrier. He fought his heart out this evening. I'm very happy for him to be pulling 8th position. Definitely top 10, grabbing his checkered flag there. Alf grabbing his checkered flag.
And taking the fastest lap at 1:31.806
Definitely
for
someone
Elf
to be
there.
reckoned with.
Oh, and Elf falling through the boards due to that
And
one
they
10-second
And then we
penalty.
have Wasabi Baby pulling the checkered flag. And as per tradition, we're ending the stream off or the race off with the stream on.
Old Scratch taking the third driver of the day for the entire series.
Definitely
Well
well
done to
deserved.
you.
Definitely well deserved. Ace, I think that does deserve a round of applause. Like we mentioned, Old Scratch did fight his heart out this evening. He had setback upon setback, and he just recovered like a champion from all of them.
Oh, of course, of course. No, no, that was definitely one of the stronger suits. And no, well done there to all drivers actually. Finishing off the race, there were no
Yeah, there was no
were there
No
no
incidents, no
incidents.
foul play. There was a little bit of a collision earlier on, but it is to be expected in such a competitive game of such a competitive nature. We had a good, clean race this evening. We have Sasko here in first position, pulling a best lap of 1:31. Then in second place we have Dr. Fail. Third we have Faster Clucky, and then down in eighth we have Old Scratch. We have Sorry about that, folks.
It's
We
Van
have
Ocon
Alf
and then
there in
well
14th. And then after Alf in 16th, we have Wasabi Baby. 17th, we have Hannibal. And the Recreant pulling in number 19th.
there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It was a beautiful race. It was a beautiful time. Thank you for joining us on the ADS League final race F1 22. Have a
And
great one.
definitely please join in over the weekend. We will have a bit of an announcement about the upcoming leagues that we will be running this quarter and this year. We do hope to see all of you there. And as I said, thank you so much for joining us on the good old couch for a good old time.
There we go, guys. Good night.